your talks, people crying and breaking down. You're not breaking me today, Jada.
I've broken you enough.
It's friendship versus marital prison.
I think you need to say clearly what happened.
As far as what?
You and I decided we were going to take our space, and what happened.
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
If you hang on, I promise we'll be able to be friends again.
But I don't care. I don't care. I thought I was gonna die. It was a weird. I always say, like, I have a life like,
Don't start off like this. Don't start it like this, Jada.
is it, you know?
We need to set some rules right now. No, Jada, because I'm not the one for this.
That right there is not just a conversation. That is pressure. That is control being negotiated in real time, in front of cameras, in front of the world, but more importantly, in front of someone who already knows how this ends. Because when you listen closely, this was never about one moment, one entanglement, or even one mistake. This was a pattern of one person setting the rules, as the other one slowly, yes, learning how to survive inside them. And the man who saw that pattern before the rest of the world ever did wasn't sitting at that table. He was standing on a stage, getting hit for it.
Every fucking knows. Yes, it happened. I got smacked like a year ago. Sweet, I got smacked in the by this motherfucker. And people like, did it hurt? It still hurts. I got summertime ringing in my ear. Drums, please. But I'm not a victim, baby. You will never see me on Oprah or Gayle crying. You will never see it. Never gonna happen.
I couldn't believe it, and I love Men in Black.
No. It's never gonna happen. No. That hit like Pacquiao, motherfucker. I took it like motherfucking Pacquiao, okay? Man.
Understand what you just heard. Chris Rock is not denying what happened. He is not minimizing it. He is doing something far more calculated than that. He is refusing to participate in the version of the story that was created after it. Because the moment you accept the role of the victim, you also accept the story that comes with it. And that story only works if one man was defending love, and the other was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. But Chris Rock knows that's not what happened. And that's exactly why he never leaned into sympathy, because sympathy would have meant pretending he didn't understand what that slap was really about.
I've been watching all your talks, people crying and breaking down. You're not breaking me today, Jada.
I've broken you enough.
Now think about that for a second. You're being apologized to by a man who didn't just act out of emotion, out of something that had been building for years. Years of imbalance, years of public image, hiding a private reality. So when that apology comes, it's not just words. It's a reminder of everything that led up to that moment. And once you understand that, apology stops meaning anything at all. Because you're no longer looking at the incident, you're looking at the system behind it.
A trove of depraved footage showing Will Smith and other household names in Epstein's Island has surfaced, and the fallout could be catastrophic. We're talking about pagan rituals with satanic influences, child abuse out in the open. And for some of the unlucky children, it was more than just abuse, it was child sacrifice. The footage, captured by Hollywood actor Kevin Spacey and later mirrored on the dark web before being seized by the authorities, blows the cover wide open. And we have it. High definition, unaltered, verified. The elite are determined to keep us in the dark. Victims silenced, whistleblowers discredited, digital breadcrumbs wiped clean, and official files released with redactions protecting the guilty, not the victims. But as the outgoing FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino said, if you wait for the government to tell you the truth, you'll be waiting forever. He's right. That's why we're doing this. We have the 4K footage showing Will Smith and other household names on Epstein's Island. And not just visiting, engaging in acts that will bring the entertainment industry to its knees. This is dangerous territory. That's why it was entrusted to us. We're the investigation team they couldn't kill. The same researchers who first exposed Pizzagate before the media gaslit the nation. The ones who decoded the Podesta emails while the world laughed.
Now this is where things start to shift, because this is no longer just about a marriage. This is about something bigger, something the public is only allowed to see in fragments. Like these circulate for a reason. Not because they are always true, because they attach themselves to power, to influence, to people whose lives exist in spaces most will never see. And whether you believe every detail or not, pattern is always the same: secrecy, denial, and a very carefully managed image on the outside.
I ain't been nowhere near that man. I ain't did none of that stupid shit. Whenever y'all hear it, if somebody say that, it's a damn lie. I don't even like baby oil. That's not funny. But I haven't said that publicly. I just said y'all the first time. I usually don't respond to dumbass stuff because it's like people. It's so many things people say, so much stuff. But that one, it was your memes was doing too much. Y'all was having me mad.
And this is what denial looks like in real time. Not panic, not fear. Humor. Dismissal. Because when something sounds outrageous enough, you don't fight it with facts. You laugh it off, you make it look ridiculous, and most of the time that works. Because people don't investigate what they've already decided is a joke.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to talk about something really important. Earlier this year, I was hired to be a performer on a major tour with somebody who is huge in the industry. So I was excited, proud of myself for getting the opportunity. Unfortunately, some things happened, and I can't get into the details of exactly what that was because it's already a legal issue right now. But the reason why I'm speaking out about this is because getting fired or getting blamed or shamed or threatened or anything like that simply for reporting conduct or safety threats at work is not okay. And I know that there's a lot of other people out there who have been afraid to speak up, and I understand. And if that's you, I see you, and that's pretty much it.
But then you get voices like this, quite careful, measured, not saying everything, saying just enough. And that's what makes it different, because this isn't someone performing. This is someone choosing their words very, very carefully in a situation where saying too much could cost them everything. And when you start seeing multiple moments like this, from stops feeling isolated and starts feeling connected.
For whatever reason.
So what happened, Jada?
Okay, so let's start with, I guess about 4.5 years ago.
Yeah.
I think it was about 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Started a friendship with August. Mm-hmm. And we actually became really, really good friends. Mm-hmm. And it all started with him just needing some help. Mm-hmm. Me wanting to help his health, his mental state.
Because for me, that was the thing when Aug first came around, he was really sick.
He was really sick, yeah.
And the outpouring for him from our family was initially about his health.
Yeah. And I mean, we found all those different resources,
mm-hmm.
To help pull him through. Mm-hmm. And from there, you and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided.
I was done with your ass.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Marriages have that, though.
Yeah,
Marriages have that.
Yeah, we basically, we broke up.
We decided that we were going to separate for a period of time, and you go figure out how to make yourself happy, and I'll figure out how to make myself happy.
Well, at that particular point in time, it was indefinite.
Yeah, I really felt like we could be over.
We were over.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, I think from there, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement. Mm-hmm. With August. One thing I want to get clear about and clean up, one of the things that was kind of swirling in the press about you giving permission, mm-hmm. which is you know, the only person that can give permission in that particular circumstance is myself.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. But what August was probably trying to communicate, because I could actually see how he would perceive it as permission, because we were separated amicably.
Yeah.
And I think he also wanted to make it clear that he's not a homewrecker, which he's not.
I think, so, I mean, because this is your red table and you like brought yourself to the red table, I think you need to say clearly what happened.
As far as what?
You and I decided we were going to take our space, and what happened.
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship, absolutely. I was in a lot of...
Now watch the language. Every word here is doing a job. Friendship, help, break, entanglement. None of these words are accidental. They soften, they redirect. They create distance between the actions, because something, what it actually is, changes how it's judged. And more importantly, who is responsible for it?
Will and I are very relaxed with one another, you know, and I think because, you know, from how I've answered questions of, girl, you know, what would you do if he came home and this and that, or, you know, being married to a big superstar like Will, how do you deal with other women? And my answer is always, I've always told Will, you can do whatever you want, as long as you can look at yourself in the mirror and be okay.
Wow.
Okay? Because at the end of the day, Will is his own man. I'm here as his partner, but he is his own man. He has to decide who he wants to be. And that's not for me to do for him, or vice versa.
I was going to say, does that go to...
Absolutely.
And this is where the contradiction becomes impossible to ignore, because years before any of this, philosophy was already clear. Freedom, individual choice, no control. But here's the part nobody questions. If both people are truly free, then why does it only seem to hurt one of them? Why does one person keep explaining? Because real freedom doesn't, narratives do, while the other to be repeated this often. Only managed narratives do.
It almost seems like Will Smith is finally waking up, because their marriage is clearly miserable, which is why it's not that crazy to see him getting freaky on stage with the singer India Martinez. Now these two got steamy on stage, they were all up on each other, they even seemed to kiss while on stage. You could also see pictures of India backstage jumping into Will Smith's arms like he isn't a married man. Wow. I mean, look at him looking at her. I mean, this is like the happiest I've ever seen him, though. Truly. Oh. I wonder if she must not be scared of Jada. I would be. Now, a lot of people called Will out, saying it was inappropriate and that this was some of his worst behavior. Someone said it's like someone's dad is on karaoke with a drunk local woman. It's how Will forgot where he was and he went to put his arms around her. Someone else said that he's playing too much. Others disagree, saying, I don't care, his wife has embarrassed him how many times? Let that man live. He's been put through so much being with Jada. Now, if you don't know who India Martinez is, she does have some, you know, catchy music. It was last reported that she was in a relationship with actor Ismael Vasquez, but she's no longer with him. I mean, she's pretty much Instagram official with Will Smith, posting pictures of them together, having some wine. People in the comments are calling them out. It looks like a little situationship going on here. Another person said they make a cute couple. Shame she already has a sentimental partner. So wait, is she still with Ismael? I mean, there has to be something going on between these two, because they're hanging out so often and India wants the world to know.
No ronees tanto. No ronees tanto.
Ya lo sabe.
So it looks like Will Smith has himself a little sneaky link around. And even though Jada has cheated on him before with men who are super young, like half her age, This India kiss, this moment that he had on stage, was supposedly the final straw. After years of rumors and speculation that Will and Jada's marriage is on the rocks and that the two were heading for divorce, another rumor has emerged. It looks like they're headed towards divorce again. Radar Online reported that the couple were quietly making arrangements to end their marriage.
I think with the Will Smith and Jada situation, I think this is what Will Smith needs, because we all see the happiness that comes with him doing this. This showed that he self-growth from certain things as a man, made good sacrifice, good decision in his life, right? So when you see the downfall when he was with Jada, right? We all saw the red table, the entanglement thing. You saw that fit right with Will Smith, you know, a lot of things. These are things where he sacrificed, right? Trying to prove the world that he's just a man that defends his wife.
Listen to what's being said here. This isn't just offense. This is justification. A man explaining his sacrifices as if and all, because when something is truly balanced, you don't have to convince the world of it. And the more someone talks about how strong something is, more likely it is. They're trying to hold it together.
Will Smith and Jada, they've been open about they have an open relationship. But
Will like guys.
Huh?
Will like guys.
How you know?
I live in LA. Does that make sense to you?
No.
I live in Los Angeles. There's a lot of opportunities I don't get because the guys don't want me to see them with their boyfriends. And I've suffered from that. It's like everybody know anyway. Everybody know anyway. So I'm saying, like, do you think me saying Will like guys, because I said it and I can't take it back.
Yeah.
Because I believe it. I know it for the most part.
Okay.
By me saying that, I hope it doesn't strike a nerve in anybody, but I'm saying I live in LA.
Yeah.
And there's a lifestyle that is kept quiet.
A secret society.
Yeah, and it's like people like me suffer from this lifestyle because of the shame that some guys have of how they like to move. And I don't think that however you move is something you should hold against me. I think it's unfair.
And now, we move into territory most people avoid. Not because it's uncomfortable, because once certain ideas are said out loud, you can dismiss them. You can question them. But they stay there, in the background connecting dots, whether you want them to or not.
I really didn't want to get married, but...
We only got married because Gammy was crying.
Well, Gammy, this is what happened. It was almost as if Gammy was like, you have to get married. So let's talk about the wedding. I was like, I never wanted to be married.
I don't remember that. I remember feeling very strongly and wanting you guys to be married. I do remember that.
Yes.
But I don't remember your rejection of the idea of marriage. I remember the rejection of the idea of a wedding.
I didn't want a wedding either. I was like, I don't want to get married. And now Gammy done gone to Will crying about, I don't want to have a wedding. And now I'm being forced to have a wedding. When really, I just wanted it to be the two of us on a mountain, because I was like, this is serious business.
Yeah. Wedding was horrible.
It was a horrible wedding.
It was a mess. Jada was sick. She was very unpleasant. Wouldn't cope. Because she was sick. She didn't cooperate with
You were 6 months
anything.
pregnant.
And in the end, all comes back to this. A foundation that was never fully chosen. A relationship that had to be explained more than it had to be lived. And a man who spent decades defending something that, by his own words, he didn't even want in the beginning. So when that moment on stage happened, it wasn't sudden. It wasn't random. It was pressure, finally finding a release. And the one person who understood that immediately was the one who walked away from it completely. No speeches, no performance, just a decision. And sometimes that tells you more than everything else combined.